Good morning, everybody. Jeff Rabbit here. See, his name is Jeff. He's got his name badge on there. And I made this rabbit out of a suit jacket that I got at a yard sale for $5. And then his ears are lined with a remnant of black real velvet that I got at Joann's when they were still with us. And the overalls are made from a pair of Scott's old jeans, and I kept the label off the jeans. And they are lined at the bottom with this little gingham check-like things. But Jeff is here because, hi, Ann, I found something for Jeff to sit in at the Goodwill last night. So let me set Jeff over here for right now. And I got this for $5.99. It's missing the support bar across the front, but you just need a wooden dowel. And then I'm going to sand it and paint it, probably a green or maybe even a red. So I'm going to set this up here. It's a little rickety, but it's because it's missing that support, but we'll fix it. But I saw it and I said, that's perfect for Jeff Rabbit. So Jeff Rabbit now has his very own rocking chair. And he can have Zoya, the little doll I made. She can sit with him. Her scarf is about to fall off. My goodness. She said it's too hot for that blooming scarf. But there's Zoya. And then I'll also put Paisley Pig up there, the little pig I made for Kaylee's little challenge she did last year, I think it was. So, but he holds them. There we go. So that's for Jeff Rabbit and Paisley Pig and Zoya. And the other things we got at the Goodwill, they had more yarn than I bought, but I just bought the wool, the worsted wool by Peyton's. I'm going to slow down on purchasing acrylic yarn when I find it at the thrift store until I use some of my stash up. But I'll always pick up wool because you can't go wrong with wool hats at all. So this is the classic wool in dark gray marble. And Scott said, that there will make a nice hat. And I was like, yes, it will. He's looking forward to a new hat. And then he found an 8-port gigabit desktop switch, brand new in the box. And I think let's see, $5. We got that for $5. Oh, and the yarn was $1.99. You can't beat that for wool yarn. You know, real wool is a lot more than that. The other thing I wanted to bring an update to on this Monday, and the reason I'm kind of hurrying, I have to have Bernadette at the groomers early. That's why I'm rushing. I also did a live last night, worked a little bit on my flower project. So if you want to see that, you can watch that after I sign off. I want to talk about Project Dress a Girl for just a minute. I noticed that Madi has put up kind of an announcement for the 2025 drive to collect dresses in September. So she's starting to put out notifications. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Madi's channel and get a link for the video or videos that she's done so far about Project Dress a Girl. She is kind of the head for this whole drive via YouTube people. She really got us going. This is the 5th year. 5 years we've been doing this. And last year, I can't remember what the total was, but I'm thinking it was like 7,000 dresses. And when she began this 5 years ago, she was hoping for 100 dresses. She's like, certainly we can come up with 100 dresses. We killed that. The next year, we more than killed that. And the next year, each year, she's able to collect even more dresses for this program. Now let's talk about the program a little bit. It's called Dress a Girl Around the World, or Project Dress a Girl. And what they do is they hand out dresses to families that have gone through the whole talk about human trafficking and how to educate the families on the dangers of it, and let the little girls know what to look for so that they aren't entrapped. And when you make a dress, it has the little label on it for Project Dress a Girl, like you see right here. And that notes to anybody that sees that this little girl knows what to look for, and she will go get an adult. So this is the reason these whole dresses are put together and handed out. Now, some of these dresses do get put into the Christmas shoebox program as well. So none of the dresses go to waste. They always find a home. So that's why I love to participate in this, because I know these dresses that I make are going to reach somebody. And so I was just going to share the dresses I have made so far. This one is two-tone because I didn't have enough of the watermelon fabric, but I wanted to still use that piece up. So that's why I have this. And it looks like one of the cats is laid against it. All of my dresses go through the wash again after I've finished them. Like, I'll put all the dresses in and wash them, and I wash them with a allergen removing, I was going to say shampoo. And then I iron them and box them as I go. But in an allergen reducing or removing laundry detergent is what I was going to say. So this one's just got the print on the top and then the front of the pockets, and then everything, the top is lined with the red and the pockets are lined with the red. So the pockets are always lined on mine, because if you don't make them so they're lined, then that raw edge, it can fray in there. And so that's why I always do lined pockets. So that's one. And I did have a question about the pattern I am using. This is one of the patterns that I actually thrifted, and it's Simplicity 9020, and it was put out in 1994. So it's not in the book anymore, but you can check Etsy and eBay and try to get yourself a copy. This year I've made the decision to do just one size of dress, and I'm probably just going to do them all like this, so all of my dresses are the same style. And the reason I'm doing this year is I was thinking if I did just one size, that would cut down the sorting time for Madi. Now, I don't know if I know everybody's not doing that, various sizes and such. I just picked size 5 because I can get more dresses with less fabric on a smaller size. Did that make sense? Anyway, so I'm just doing the regular dress. I didn't add any ribbon or decorations or anything. So it's really like the little girl that's got her back to you. But hi, Lala. I have ordered size 5 labels that I can stitch into the back of the dresses, so that if they do get separated, they'll know that they're size 5. And that was another reason to do a single size for me, is when you order the labels, you get 100 labels. I'm not going to make 100 dresses. I don't have that many Project Dress a Girl labels, but I'm going to go until I run out of labels and or fabric. I'm using fabric from my stash now. So some of this fabric was purchased in the last year at Joann's before they closed. I did go into Hobby Lobby. I do not like the quality of their fabric right now. So I'm going to just use what I have and reduce my stash volume. So bear in mind, that's where all these are coming from. This one, I was a little concerned that it was going to look like Christmas too much, but I think it's still real cute. And I've decided to do matchy-matchy. because that seems, a lot of people say, why did you make the pockets stand out? And then I was like, because I think it looks cute. Because see, on that one, the pockets pop. On this one, they just kind of blend away, but there are pockets, and the label shows up really well. So I'm going to do them matchy matchy. The lining is kind of your secret pal. So the inside on this one is Christmassy colors, and the pockets are also lined with the stripe. So the front crisscrosses over and the back. So that's one of the stipulations. There can be no buttons, no snaps, no zippers. You can use elastic, but I like dresses where there's no closures. They're just pull on and go. So that's why I love this pattern. I have heard some complaints from a couple people that have made these for their own children that this gapes a little bit sometimes, but I'm going to go with it and hope that they'll work okay. So there's that one. This was the first one that I made. And this one, the label doesn't pop as much because the dress has got a lot of pink. But if I bring it up close, it's got unicorns and a castle and wildlife and just different things. Another stipulation is it can't be like a licensed print. It can't be some cartoon characters or anything. But I thought this was just mystical type stuff, just kind of storybook. So that's why I'm using this. Another one is don't have any words on it. I almost made a mistake when I was going through my fabric, and I'd set aside some fabric that had words on it. And then I remembered no words, because these could be going to a non-English speaking nation. So that's another one to keep in mind. Also on this one, I lined it with this sweet pink with teal, yellow, and lime green dots on it, and the pockets again are lined with that. So there's that one. I'll put that with the red ones. And then this one is just a little gingham check dress. And I love that the skirt, it's a kind of a swirly skirt. So when they spin, it kicks out. The lining on this one's ladybugs, or as Safia says, ladybirds. So there we go. But I really like this one. And I didn't try to do this, but the pattern matching is pretty good on the sides. I did that without even thinking. So there's that one. And then the last one that I got done last week, it seems to be everybody's favorite, is these wild rainbow flamingos. And it's lined with a minty green with triangles on it that I thought just kind of made the black pop. And again, the pockets are lined as well. So there's that one. So that's the 5 dresses I made last week. And I think each Monday I'll do an update. Let's see, it's almost 6:42. What else did I want to share? Go and watch my video from last night if you want to see the flower project coming together. I have 2 more flowers to sew on, and I need to make another flower to fill in one that I think got lost. So that is all I have, I think. I'm thinking. Bernadette's getting groomed this morning, which means I take her to a town a ways away. So what I do is I try to find something to do for 3 hours out there, because I don't want to drive all the way back here and then all the way out with the way gas is. And plus, I just don't want to be on the road that much. So I'll just find something to do out there. There are 2 Goodwills out there. There's a World Market, there's a Target, there's a Hobby Lobby, but I was really disappointed in their fabric last time I was in there. I don't know. I'll see what I can find to keep me busy. And then this afternoon, this is an exciting bit. I'm having a plumber out. Just to get him out here to look at what we need done is going to be $75, just a trip charge. And I'm like, can't you just show up and like do this stuff? You usually will have, and I told him I have the faucets, I have the shower head, the only thing you'll need to bring is a ring for the commode to put it back in, the wax ring, and you'll need 2 exterior faucets. But no, he's got to come and look at it and see what he needs and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, this to me just sounds like you want an additional $75. But if I get a bathtub, I'm going to be happy. So that's this afternoon. And I told them I will not be here until afternoon. They also wanted to come out and do a termite inspection, even though they were just here in the spring doing all that work under the house. You would have thought they would just say, check, everything's fine. I swear to God, if they come and they say there's a problem, I'm not going to be happy. Not after what we spent. No. There should be no critters. There should be nothing going on. So anyway, yeah. If you hear somebody screaming, you'll know that didn't go well. All right. I'm going to let you guys go now. I think that's everything. Everybody have a great day, and I hope your week goes really well. And hopefully Wednesday we'll do some art together. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day.